My latest scheme to get us some extra cash was to sell outgrown kids' clothes at a resale event, which was being held at a neighboring town's grade school. It was only $6 to sign up, and you got to keep 70% of your sales. Make money and purge my house? Yes, indeed. In order to be a seller, you had to work 1 2-hour volunteer shift. So I walk into the gym and see a sea of bubble gum. All of the resale committee members are wearing cheery pink t-shirts and buzzing around the room. I'm in my work uniform, which I'm able to hide with my coat. I'm also able to hide the fact that my urine-soaked underwear is safely tucked into my briefcase in my car. If you've birthed more than one child and don't piss yourself on occasion, I don't want to know you. My confidence already circling the drain. I drop my 2 ripped white garbage bags, clothes oozing out of the holes, at my feet and see a woman standing by the door holding a clipboard. I shrug my shoulders sheepishly and say, I guess garbage bags weren't the best choice. Bins, she grunts back at me. Bins are the only way to go. Oh, well, I'm not coming back tomorrow to collect what I don't sell, so boxes, she says. Then you use boxes. Her disdain hits me in the face. Great, got it. I leave my sad bags next to several colorfully labeled Rubbermaid bins and shuffle away, looking for the sign-in sheet and a time machine that will sprint me past the next 2 hours. After signing in, I search for anyone to tell me what to do, because the only thing worse than being an outsider is being an outsider skulking around with her arms clutched to her chest. The gym was filled with clothing racks separated by gender and in graduating size order from newborn to juniors large in the center of the room, and tables covered with shorts, pants, shoes, and toys on the perimeter. Social situations with people I don't know, I'm the worst at. But work, I'm good at. So I raced around the gym, putting away giant armfuls of clothes as quickly as I could, while surreptitiously checking out clothes in my son and daughter's future size range to purchase later. I walk up to a sorting table for my next armful, realize the woman is going through my clothes. Awesome. I pretend I'm waiting to help her and watch as she pulls a big red marker out of her pocket and starts striking through the tags that my husband and I had spent 3 hours the previous night pinning on. 1 out of every 2 items gets redlined and tossed into the rejects pile. Alice's pink butterfly skirt, rejected. An adorable tank top from Grandma, rejected. She pauses to consider a purple shirt that, yes, we received as a hand-me-down, and yes, I was now trying to make $1 by selling. And pointing to a tiny stain on the front, looks at me and says, I don't know, what do you think? Oh, I mean, it's so tiny I can barely see it, I managed to say without wiping the internal sweat off my forehead. Yeah, you're right, she says. I'm having such a hard time deciding on some of these. Tie goes to the runner, lady. When in doubt, send them through. I grimace through the rest of my garbage bag, grateful each time she rejects that I'm only identified as seller 94 on my items, and there isn't a big picture of me instead on the tag. I lovingly take my pile and hang what's left in what I hope are prime spots, and I finally take a larger look around me. While there's a good handful of ladies steadily working to get the stuff out and organized, there is an equally large handful of women, mostly in bubblegum pink, standing in clusters, laughing uproariously, or gossiping quiet loudly, or best yet, trying on shoes. So many women are trying on shoes, while their pink pals cluck about the amazingness or unfortunate awfulness of said shoes. And for the 50th time that night, I rue the fact that I don't know anyone there, that I wasn't wrapped in bubblegum, that my attempts to become involved at the school's PTA in our town were hindered by my work schedule and the fact that my daughter's special needs classroom only has 5 kids and doesn't allow room mothers. On my way back to the sorting tables, a 10-year-old girl with orange hair and freckles steps into my path. She smiles earnestly up at me and says, "Are you busy now?" "Nope." "Great. Me and 2 other kids are working on the stage. Do you want to come help?" Does that mean I'm the 4th kid? I'm turning on the charge because someone is actually speaking to me. Ha! let's go. With that, she turns on her heel and weaves through the crowd, forcing me to tag behind her as she goes up the steps and onto the stage. She introduces me to the 2 other kids on our team, then tells me I'm here to help them sort the rejected clothes. Of course I am. I spend the next 30 minutes sorting the newly arrived rejected clothes, introducing them to their peers, and letting them know that they might have been labeled rejects, but that rejectability is in the eye of the beholder. This entire section of the stage is rejects, bin after bin of ungently used clothes weeping at their undesirableness. I'm hoping that my kids' rejected clothes will make friends with Seller 52's purple sundress, deemed too ripped for resale. The cute dresses from Seller 68, whose only crime was not being on hangers. And the white t-shirt from Seller 11, whose tag reads in red, armpit stain. My spot on the stage gives me a perfect view of the entire gym, and I survey the scene. It's only then that I see what I couldn't before from the ground. I'm not the only outlier in the room. There's a woman with gray, not perfectly coiffed hair and a loose-fitting sweatshirt. The woman who I'd passed earlier who smelled like a combination of smoke and smoke. A woman with enough height and wingspan to reach across the gym and hang up clothes without taking a step. A woman with a pronounced limp. I want to call to these women and invite them up with me in the rejects to tell them that they're not alone. My 10-year-old boss asks me if I want any water. Then she says, I'm glad you stayed even though we don't have a lot of work to do. The last lady left. This kid is either going to be the head enforcer in a gang or Secretary of State. My 2 hours are almost up, so I start gathering my stuff. Then it hits me. I'm surrounded by rejects, which means my kids' rejects are in here somewhere. I furtively start digging through the bins under the guys that I'm organizing, and I see a sliver of pink butterfly peeking out like a hand pushing out of a mudslide. I pull it out and see under it is Alice's red shorts. Neither are labeled with a reject reason, and I can't figure out why they didn't make it to the holy land of resale. I look around and very slowly slide the skirt and shorts into my purse, shoplifting my own clothes. I put my coat on, realizing my 10-year-old boss is rolling around on a gym mat and not paying any attention to me. So I walk out with my head high, contraband clothes in my purse, commando in my pants. Thank you.